I'm sick and tired of this team and the way that they just played in this last series. What a joke, man. Absolutely disgraceful baseball that they displayed on that diamond. We'll talk more about it, of course, but I do want to let you guys know. My name is Jason Joseph. This is the Phillies Post Series Pod with JJ. Do not forget to hit that thumbs up button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, please make sure that you turn on those notification bell icons, even though I am just sick and tired of this team from a fan perspective. And we'll dive into it, but I just had to get that housekeeping stuff out of the way. I don't know if Rob Thompson is like sleeping on the job. I don't understand what his whole mindset has been over these last couple of games. It's not even just over the last couple of games. It's been pretty much throughout the entire season. I'm just straight up going to say it right now. Rob Thompson has made me into a fool. He has fooled me. And shame on me. Because I loved what he did last year. I thought that he had the players' mindset. I thought that he could get in with guys, and I thought that he was really pressing all the right buttons from the pitching side of things, even though he struggled in the World Series. That's a whole nother thing. This year, man, it has just sucked with the whole Rob Thompson experience, and I'm not feeling good about it whatsoever. Christopher Sanchez is pitching a no-hitter today with less than 80 pitches. Oh, he was dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug and he wasn't feeling so well. No, that's not why you pulled him. You pulled him, right, because you wanted to. It was just your decision. You thought that it was time to go to the bullpen, and you screwed up. Sir Anthony has to be better, but you cannot take Christopher Sanchez out in that situation. That's one of the main reasons why you lost. I have to put that on the pie chart because that cannot happen. He was pitching so well, and even if he was like, I want to come out of the game, you know what you tell him? We need you. We need you to go out there, and we need you to be very aggressive. And he didn't do that, and I have to fault him to a certain extent with this because he really just did not do his job. Trea Turner finally goes back down in the lineup. He's batting 7th. Then he's batting 5th. We hope that he can get his confidence back up. He has to rest. I don't know what has to happen with Trea Turner right now, but now I'm looking at Rob Thompson with the whole Trea Turner experience now too. If Trea really is struggling, of course that's on Trea, and Trea has to be better. But now that impacts you because you have to make a decision of whether or not he should be playing on certain days and if he should be batting even lower in the lineup at times. How on earth are you going to be sitting Bryson Stott on a Sunday afternoon and sit Brandon Marsh on a Sunday afternoon and not say to yourself, why wouldn't I sit Trea Turner? It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And it's just so frustrating. I think that Castellanos and Trea Turner are literally fishing rather than playing baseball. Because I see them fishing after pitches out of the strike zone almost every freaking pitch. It's just so frustrating and it just ticks me off. And it's like I've had this monkey on my back for such a long time. And I'm finally getting to the bitter I'm getting to the substance of it, right? Like I'm scraping off the plaque on the teeth, right? I'm getting to the core of the problem. And we're just doing this inch by inch by inch. And we're skinning off all these layers of the banana. We're peeling them off. And Rob Thompson is point number 1 in this series as to why you lost. I don't know what the decisions that he's making. I don't understand what the heck is going on in his mind. And it's just so frustrating. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, man, this defense, it starts off at the beginning of the season that we're seeing base running mistakes and defensive miscues. I thought that maybe that was just going to last for the first month. What happened today was just absolutely extreme, and Alec Bohm has to be better. I do understand, though, that when he's dancing off the base, and Bryce Harper's tagging up, you would think that even when the ball was hit out to right field, that maybe Bryce Harper would go, because Harper has been aggressive this season. But you got to be looking up if you're Alec Bohm, man. What's Dusty Wathan giving as far as the signs go? What's Bryce Harper going to do? Is Harper going to run? Is he already going? You have to look up. You can't be looking down, because that puts him in an uncomfortable situation. And then Harper on the other end, okay, he goes over to home plate to try to distract the fielder, the shortstop that was able to, to make the catch in the infield, to try to get him out at the plate. And I understand that, but you got to try to get into a rundown, or either just stay put at third base because you're the more important runner at that time. If you are going to be aggressive, you got to be smart. And he just has not been smart on the bases. But Bohm has to be better. And that was one of the other reasons why you lost. Trey Turner's defense. It's flashy at times. It has sucked at times. Edmundo Sosa and him, just an easy pop-up. You got to be better, and you have to make that play. That was Trey Turner's ball. He should have had it. He dropped it. That wasn't on Sosa. Trey Turner. I don't get it. I don't understand. Nick Castellanos had a play out in right field as well that he should have caught in game 2. That wasn't Aaron Nola's fault. And then Brandon Marsh just fielding a ground ball. It takes a hop and it hits, and his glove is way too high and it's low. Actually, it was vice versa. His glove was way too low and it bounced really high, and then it just gets right on by him. Come on, man. Stop. What is with them? It's not just that they're playing down to their opponent. It's just the fact that these things just continue to happen over and over again. And I feel like in some ways, when I watch the Sixers, and hear me out on this, hear me out, when they keep losing in the second round, it's like every time that they get there, they're making the same mistakes. They're not passing the ball. Lots of ISO. Lots of times where the head coach is not doing their job and calling plays. I'm seeing sort of a similar pattern here throughout the season, where this team does go on a run and they play really good baseball. And then when it gets really bad, it gets so bad to the point where they just forget how to play. They forget how to swing at pitches. They forget what plate discipline is all about. They don't know how to field on the defensive side. It's unfathomable to me. And I cannot understand why they're just making these same mistakes over again. So Rob Thompson, the defense and the base running, there's 2 points right there. Okay, number 3, I want to address this. Even though Zach Wheeler was great, I thought Zach Wheeler did a great job. But I'm going to keep saying this again. I'm going to keep harping on this guy because he deserves it, because I know that he's better, and I don't know what 2023 Aaron Nola has really been to this point in regards to just, I don't even remember what my train of thought was. But Aaron Nola has sucked this year. He has been terrible. And now I'm at the point where I'm thinking about possibly trading him. I would not be opposed if Dave Dombrowski picked up the phone and said, Aaron Nola is on an expiring contract. If you guys want him as a 5th starter, you guys can take him. I've had enough. The runners on base stuff, you can't make it up. He pitches 2 really good innings, and then in that 3rd inning, it's just like when he allows that one base runner, there's just a mental block. His pitches are up, right? He's delivering a little bit slower at the plate. He's letting the clock wind down way too much, and he loses focus because he gets scared. I hate that. I don't like it at all. The other point I forgot to make about Rob Thompson with the whole platooning guys, I'm done with that too. I'm so sick and tired of not having guys like Brandon Marsh having to just sit out at least one game in the series. Just let them play. Let Bryson Stott play. He's so young. He's doing so well. He had 3 hits last night. Why are we sitting him? If there's anybody that you should be sitting, it should be either Trey Turner, JT Realmuto, or Nick Castellanos. That's it. Where do they go from here? You got a big series coming up in Miami. You have to win that series. But the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking right now. And I don't want to get to the point where we have to play hero ball in September. Because we all know how the last September has been for over the last 6-7 years. It's been not so good. And if you're not winning these games now, well, if we have this September collapse, and if that does happen again, and we miss the playoffs, it's time to reevaluate everything. I want to get to you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe some of you are a little bit more optimistic than I am. If you want to hop on to the phones on Discord, make sure that you join down below. It's pinned in the comments section. And we'll talk more about this team. I'm going to keep it short tonight because it's been a little bit of a weird night playing around with these new audio settings. I was having some issues with that again. Canva was giving me some problems too on the visual side of stuff. But let's get to all your comments. All right. Please come on here. Hop onto the phones. We're going to go to Icy Buckets first. All right. We're going to invite him on to speak. Oh, boy. Once he accepts this. What's going on, Icy Buckets? You're on the Phillies post-series pod with JJ.
Hey, man.
What's going on, dude? How are you?
I'm doing good, but the Phillies aren't doing good.
No, man. No, they're really not. What really just didn't make you feel so good overall from this series? Like, was there just one certain thing, or were there a couple of things?
Like Rob Thompson, he took out Christopher Sanchez when he was having a good game.
Yeah.
Anthony Dominguez came in, and then they let 2 runs.
Yeah, I didn't like that, and I thought that was such a terrible move. And if Sir Anthony was not feeling good, if that's how you're gonna say it during a press conference, shame on you. But the only good thing that I thought from this series overall was that Alec Bohm did play really well. But how do you think that they'll be able to do in Miami?
I don't know. Miami is really good. We do not have a good record against them.
Nah, man. No, man, we've been struggling against them, but you know what? I've always said that, even after this type of a series, you have to go into tomorrow with a brand new thought. But I know that this team can get it done. I've seen them do it so many times where they can play up to their opponent and they play really strong baseball. But I'm just so confused with just how they've been playing, and I'm a little scared. Are you, or are you feeling a little bit more optimistic than I am?
I'm pretty scared too because we're on a losing streak and we're like really streaky.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. Dude, thank you so much for coming on here. I appreciate everything. I'll catch up with you, man. You're the best. I love you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm going to sleep. I'll watch this tomorrow. That's what he said. So let's see. What's up, David? I think I should be the manager for the Phillies, says David 3000. I'm with you on that. Austin Urban says Trey Turner needs to learn how to field again. He needs to learn how to play baseball again. It's not just fielding. It's just literally hitting and fielding and just playing the entire game and just knowing what it's like to actually really care. Because I don't think he cares. And I'm just telling you from my eyes. He gets ejected the other day. I personally do believe that the reason why he ejected, or that he got ejected and he wanted to get ejected so bad, was that he didn't have to play in the field again, because he made 2 errors that day and he struck out a couple of times too. I just don't think he wanted to play anymore. I can't fault David Dombrowski for just the season that Trey has had, you had to pay him that money. And that's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But yes. What else do we got on here? What's up? Yes, sir. You agree? You agree with what? About just the way that the team is playing? Yeah, I don't know where they go from here. And I'm starting to panic a little bit. I did say that the last time that I was on here, well, actually, it was 2 series ago, that the seat is starting to get hot for Rob Thompson. It's starting to get a little bit hotter. It was starting to get a little bit above room temperature last time, and now it's definitely starting to almost boil. It's getting to boiling point. I don't know what else to say. The bullpen does have to be better. The bullpen wasn't the best this week. But I guess we just play on and we just see what happens tomorrow. Isaac says it's Turner's first year on the Phillies / new team. That's not an excuse, man. You paid him so much money, and I know that there probably is something to be said about Nick Castellanos not playing up to par in his first year, but I'm done comparing Nick Castellanos to Trey Turner. Trey Turner has to be better, and he knows it to this point. The chasing after the pitches and just having no approach at the plate and just swinging at the first pitch. It's not what you do. I think next year he will get better. I'm hoping that by September he gets better, man. I'm not patient with this thing. I wanna go back to the World Series now. I'm losing patience. I'm not saying that we should get rid of Trey Turner. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying that Trey Turner has to be better. And he is a max contract type of a guy. He's one of the best shortstops in the league when he is on a tear. I know that. Harper has to be better. Castellanos has to be better. Kyle Schwarber's been so streaky. I'll give him a pass, though, because you know why? He walked a lot of times, and he actually had a very good day in the first game of the series, and he played pretty well today, too. So I won't knock him. JT has been so inconsistent. I'm actually really happy he had the day off, even though Garrett Stubbs' defense today, that was, he forgot how to block pitches, man. Didn't do such a good job at that. But all right, I think we're going to shut things down. I think 18 minutes is pretty good enough for tonight. I'm all over the place. This team has really made me into a mess, psychologically, but as far as my fandom goes. But I love this team. I hate this team. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a relationship where somebody gaslights you and somebody puts the blame on you. I kind of had that tonight where somebody was actually coming at me in my DMs on Twitter, and that really got me fired up, and that's another reason why I just looked at that actually before I came on here and was like, shame on you for just not believing in this team right now and for making the thoughts that you did in the very last post-series pod that you did. It was actually 2 post-series pods ago, first of all. That's what I clarified to him. But if you're not upset with how they played in that series at that time, and if you're not upset with this team right now, I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're doing, but I don't think that you're watching these games with a very close eye, because it's not fun. It's not a fun brand of baseball, and you have every right to be upset about that. And that really got me fired up. All right, last comment. Need more practice, but also they need to give every starter in the field a break. Well, Brandon Marsh is getting way too many breaks. But that's a whole nother conversation. All right, I'm done. I think that I need to call it a night. But I love you all so much. Please make sure that you tune in tomorrow night. We'll be on for the first game of the next series that they play against the Miami Marlins. And then on Tuesday, don't forget Tuesday, all right, we're doing a 6-hour MLB trade deadline special cast. We're going on from 12 to 6, and then, from 12 to 6:15, and then right after that's done, clock to the game, and we're doing the game too. All right. I'm signing off right now. Lila Tov, everybody. I'll catch you all on the next one.